everyone, I'm Meredith Graves with MTV News, and I'm joined in our studio today with the ineffable, wildly talented French Montana.
Thank you.
First of all, huge congratulations. 2017 was a monster year for you.
Thank you.
The release of Jungle Rules, Unforgettable, huge hit, and now you've just premiered a new video for Famous.
I hope no one falls in love with you. I got mine.
I went back to Morocco, to my, my homeland, and it just felt good to go back, show them that, I came from there, and I came back, show them the progress and the dream, the American dream.
So let's talk a little bit about the location for this video. We know you're in your home country of Morocco, but where exactly were you for the shoot?
We in a park called the Pearl of Morocco. Swae is a blue city where every house is blue. I heard about it, but when I got there and saw that every house was blue, I was blown away. I was just like, who idea was this to paint every house blue, But nah, it's a beautiful place that I'll tell everybody go visit it. If you get a chance to.
And your video is so gorgeous because it really does show a lot of the most beautiful things that Morocco has to offer, from the textiles to the traditional music to the kids playing soccer in the street. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about that neighborhood. What was it like hanging out with all the people on the shoot?
I mean, coming from Morocco, it's just when I first got here when I was 13, it was like a culture shock. So when I went back there, it was kind of like going back to the roots, where I come from. So it was kind of like, kids playing soccer, the Moroccan food, which is the best food in the world. It's just the culture, man. It's Morocco. It's a motherland, North Africa. It's like I can't even explain it to you. Like I would want you to go there and see it.
So you worked on this video with the infamous director X,
yes,
who also comes from a diverse, mixed background, Canadian, everything. Who opted into the whole global outlook that you took on this video? Whose idea was it to go to Morocco?
Well, I'm not gonna give him all the credit. It was my idea. I always wanted to shoot something there. Coming off Unforgettable, shooting in Uganda, and just like when we did that, and people saw that there is another world out there. A lot of people keep a blind eye to to Africa. We usually just take things from there and never let people know where it come from. So Morocco, I always wanted to do something, but I waited for the right time to shoot something there. But I really want to shoot something in Marrakesh, Casablanca. There's a lot of parts, but you don't hear about a city that's all blue a lot. You know what I'm saying? So when I went there, it was just me and X. We just looked around. He was shocked, and he was like, "Bro, I never knew this." And me and him just came up with the idea, because the whole story of the video, if you listen to it, you'll think I'm talking about a girl, but I'm not talking about a girl. I'm talking about a mother with her child. I hope you don't get famous, and the things that come with the life, with the fame, just the industry life, just all the hurdles that come with it. So the whole twist of the video is what really had me excited, and how X brought it to life, how he understood it and had the whole vibe. So when you watch Famous video now, you'll see it in a whole different vision.
Yeah, it adds a lot of nuance to the song, which really, it can be read one way as a breakup song, but it's almost like the video adds depth to the lyrics in the same way that the different shades of blue add depth to your understanding of the city.
Definitely, man. And shout out to X. You need a dope director like that to bring it to life.
At the end of the video, one of my favorite parts of the video, because the whole thing is so gorgeous, and it does follow this beautiful narrative, sort of temporal timeline where you're kind of starting in the morning, and then at the end you're dancing with traditional musicians in a courtyard, and they're wearing traditional garb, and they're playing some instruments that people over here might not be super familiar with. A lot of people over here, I feel like, don't really understand the impact that Arabic pop music has had on the world of music that we have today. What artists did you hear growing up as a kid in Morocco that influenced who you are today? Yeah.
We used to have this music called the Rai music. In Morocco we say it like Rai. So it's like with Sheb Hasni, Sheb Khalid, Sheb Miami. It was this lady that my mother used to listen to, named Kulthum. It was Satati. He used to just play the vibe. So I grew up on real Moroccan music. So in African music. So like when I went back even to shoot Unforgettable and these kind of things, it was just like especially with the beat, the tempos of the beat and the vibe and everything. So it kind of helped me to make music, global music. So if you're talking about the impact, that's the kind of impact that it had on me, because before I even understood what they were saying, because I ain't learned English till I was like 14 years old. So before I knew what they were saying, I understood the vibe from the song. I get a rush when I hear a song. I don't. Sometimes I might not even care what you're saying. If that beat's there and you bouncing and this and that, so sometimes I go off the rush. You know what I'm saying? That's why I get off famous. That's why I get off Unforgettable, and that's how Arabic music helped me out, and the whole African genre.
Side note, shout out Sheb Khalid, who is the most amazing voice of all time.
Yeah.
I don't speak a word of Arabic, and I
Yeah.
get the same sense when I listen to like Aisha and songs like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
I feel like, oh, this is amazing, and I
Yeah.
get it even though I don't understand.
Yeah.
It seems like you do a whole lot of collaborating with other people. When I finally sat down and really reminded myself of the track list for Jungle Rules, I'm sitting there and it's not just what's visible on the back of the record either. It's not just, Future and Quavo. It's also, you're getting in there, it's like Harry Fraud's doing beats on this, and you've got great dudes. How do you pick a roster for a record like Jungle Rules? When do you get to the point where you're like, okay, now I gotta pick?
Well, Harry Fraud is somebody that I came up in the game with. So Harry Fraud was a part of my career since my first tape. As far as like me making music with artists, it's just a vibe in the studio. Sometimes it's like I could really be like, I want to drop an album by myself, right? And I could be in the studio like, you know what I'm saying? Me, Future, me, Rest in Peace, Jinx, me, whoever it is. Then when I listen to my track list, I'll be like, man, I'm about to call everybody, tell them I'm about to take them off the song. Just so I can drop it, you know what I'm saying? But then it's like, for what? You know what I'm saying? Like, we came up with this song off a vibe, so I just leave everything the way it is. That same vibe that I catch in the studio is the same vibe I put on the album. And I can kind of carry on that vibration. I want people to feel how I felt when I made the song.
It's not good enough for me since I've been with you.
One collaboration that I'm thinking we're all very thankful made it out in the world was Unforgettable with Swae Lee, which your first solo
Shout out
top
to
10
Swae Lee,
hit. You
yeah.
stayed on the Billboard top 10 forever, and you went to the top 10 in 15 countries, right?
Yeah.
What was your reaction to finding out that song was so huge?
I want to sound cocky about that song, but that song, I knew what that song was when I first heard it. That song was just, until this day, I can still listen to it and feel the same way that I felt when I first heard it. That song just is like, it's like a timeless song for me. And if I feel like that about a song, that means that's what everybody gonna feel about the song, because I made it, so I should be the first one to get annoyed by listening to it too many times. So that was just one of those. That was just like, you know what, this is out of here. I don't care what you say, keep your opinion to yourself, here, put it out. And it did exactly what I thought.
And you don't sound cocky when you say stuff like that. You sound like you are an artist with a ton of experience and you have respect for your own intuition, which is really important.
Yeah, sometimes,
I don't think the guy who writes lyrics like Famous is anything other than totally humble.
Thank you.
Because it is a really, really humble song.
Thank you.
And you've been a really humble force in music. You've always spoken out about the people who've influenced you, the people who you love to collaborate with, and also the impact that your religion, your faith, and your upbringing have had on you as a person. I want to know what you have coming up next. After the video for Unforgettable, which of course you shot in Uganda, and the video for Famous, which you shot in Morocco, will all of the singles coming off Jungle Rules have videos that take you around the world? And if so, what song is next and what country is next?
So Portimao, Portugal, we shot Trippin'. It was one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to. Caves and nature over there is crazy. So we shot No Pressure with me and Future. We shot that one in Uganda too.
So you've spent a lot of time in Uganda recently.
It seemed like a lot of time, but like 5 days.
But after your
it
initial
touched me.
experience there, you decided to start the Unforgettable campaign. What was it that made you want to start working with women who are experiencing at-risk pregnancies or dealing with unfavorable labor conditions?
Honestly, it was no mathematics to it. There was no motive to it. It was just God put me there, and I saw something. I felt like I needed to help. I feel like even if I tried to explain it, I wouldn't be able to explain it. I just remember going to that hospital and what I felt when I saw these people, and and I saw they needed my help when I walked out that hospital, and they was all lined up from children to mothers, and they're all happy, like smiling, and people that can't help themselves. How can you not help them? You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm just happy how everything turned out. Shout out to Puff, shout out to The Weeknd. It went from 2 rooms now to a full 5-floor, 50 rooms hospital, from 2 people to 300,000 people now. Mm-hmm. You know, I just saw like a picture of 2 twin babies that was born last week, and I was just like, it's a certain feeling that you don't get. You know what I'm saying? Unless you help somebody that can't help you.
How did your friends like The Weeknd and Diddy get involved?
I mean, Sal told The Weeknd, and he just, you know, I mean, I never did nothing like that before. So there's like a French is doing it, then I'm sure it's something dope. You know what I'm saying? Puff, when we did the French Vanilla Ciroc deal, I just said I want a lot of the profit to go towards the charity, and he said, yeah. Like, you know, people don't, they're like, what you mean? You don't want the money? You want it to go here? I'm like, yeah. So we just took money from French Vanilla, and Puff put out his own money. You know, so it's dope. Now the hospital is built, it's fully like, you know, done, paid for.
It's another astounding mile marker of your humility as a person and as an artist that definitely the first I've heard that you said, you know, don't pay me, give the money to the hospital. And good deeds get done in quiet like that too.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the whole idea was for us to spark the mind of a world leader that could help with things like that. Like, you know, because what we're doing, I mean, that's just one community of 300,000 people, but I'm sure there's 1,000,001 places out there that need our help. So shout out to people like Global Citizen, like Mama Hope, that, you know, that really do this kind of stuff. You know, that every day, you know, because there's a lot of people that need our help.
And speaking of world leaders, to the point that the Unforgettable video is what brought you to Uganda in the first place, another place Unforgettable landed you is on President Barack Obama's Best Songs of 2017 list. And you yourself thanked him for being such an unforgettable president.
Yes.
What did you mean when you said that?
There's a thing called DACA. It's a program that he started for dreamers, basically for people like me that come from another country that, you know, that strive to be the best person they can be, you know, with dreams come true. I think like last September, Trump stopped that. So if Congress don't step up by March, there will be no land of dreams of, you know, there's people coming from other countries and try to make their dreams come true and stuff like that. That's why he was an unforgettable president, for doing things like that, for giving everybody an opportunity. You can come from anywhere and make something happen. So that's why I appreciate him.
For all the kids who are part of the DACA, the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, for all these kids who are maybe feeling away right now and looking, because they always say, you know, you can't be what you can't see. And so for young dreamers, for kids who are recipients of DACA, who may be sort of fighting feelings right now, who are looking to you for inspiration, what kind of message of hope would you want to leave them with today?
Just have faith in yourself and follow your dream. Don't depend on nobody. Sometimes the person you're looking for to help you is yourself. Just keep going. If you don't have faith, you ain't got none.
I would follow any advice you gave based on the last year of your life. Thank you for joining us today, Mr. Montana.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us here on MTV News.